Hi friends, welcome to day 4. All right, so through the end of day 3, I continued to work on the pre-drafted roving that I had, and I did get it all spun out into onto the spindle. And I then moved on to another color of roving that I had, and I spun, pre-drafted all of that roving out as well, and I spun that, joining it into the other color that I had, so that I would have two sides to this ball of yarn that are two different colors. And then I did, as I said, I did put it onto a winder that I have to make a center pull ball or a center pull cake. And look at this lovely yarn that I have here. It's so much better and so much more consistent than that ugly one that I had. Now there is some consistency issues still that I am gonna have to work on as I continue to spin. The old adage always applies, practice makes perfect. So I'm gonna continue to practice and we're gonna make it perfect. But let's go ahead and let's get started on applying this ball into a less energized yarn. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so the way that I was told through the tutorials to apply is pretty much the same as how you draft the yarn out or spin the yarn out. You're just going to be using the yarn itself. I don't know if let's take this yarn off of there. Now, the information that I did see said that we need to go in the opposite direction that we were originally spinning. Now, I was going this way. This is I was going counterclockwise, I guess, before, so I think I need to go clockwise this time. And just spin this plaid yarn together the same way that you do with the other yarn, and just when you're spinning it, and just be going in the opposite direction from what I was seeing. Because if you go in the same direction that you spun it in, then you'll end up with untwisting your yarn, I guess. That's the way I took it, is the reason you would want to do that. It seems to be going pretty quickly. This part seemed to be the easier part to do in all of the tutorials, I will admit. This is the chunky part when I first started. I'll put some more twist in and free up some more yarn from the bowl. And I'm as I'm moving up, I'm trying to take out all of these little, there's these kinky pieces in it. I don't know if you can see that here. It's like kinking up a little bit. So I'm stretching that out and letting it twist around itself, twist around the other piece, and that's taking the energy out of it, and that's keeping it from being too twisted up and twisting up when you see, now it's not kinking at all in this part of it, and I don't need to keep the tension quite as tight anymore. But that's exactly what I want it to be doing from the tutorials that I watched about this. Now some of them was like a secondary part of the original video that I've already linked in my previous videos. So I'll just link those again with a note that it is related to the plying part. Oop, dropping the ball, as they say. Now I'm continuing with the park and draft method here, and instead of drafting my yarn, I'm just working those kinks out so that it can twist up on itself and then ply it together. This is a beautiful contrast that I'm getting on this yarn. I really like it. I like the two colors together. I wish I had more of it. I might go ahead and go back to the Etsy store, because this roving came with my spindle as kind of a starter's kit. So I'm probably gonna go back and see about ordering some more of this roving, because it's a very nice, I like it a lot, this color combination. But we'll see. Not to give you too much of a spoiler, I do think that my next step in learning this yarn making process is going to be dyeing my own roving. I have already purchased some undyed roving, and I'm going to use that to start this process. So that's going to be the next video in the series. So stay tuned for that. I think that'll be a nice fun addition to making my own yarn. This contrast is so nice. I really do like this. Oh, dropping the ball again. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to ply this together, and then I will come back and I will show you when I'm done the full ball, because I am gonna go ahead and take it off the spindle, put it back into a ball, and I'll go ahead and share that with you once I'm done. All right, folks, so after about an hour of spinning and then a little bit of time to wind it up, we have this beautiful, beautiful ball of yarn that I have created. This is not really as consistent as it could be. You can see some spots that things are a little bit thicker than others. You can see the spread is not as even in some areas, but I think for first try, this is actually pretty good in my opinion. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I feel like
I did a decent job. I feel like this is something I could actually use to make something out of, which is exactly where I wanted to be, where I can make yarn that can actually be used for projects going forward. So after 4 days, this is where we're at, and we're going to continue on this journey. Like I said earlier, we're going to do some dyeing of some roving and see how we go with that. I'll bring you along for that one, but that's going to be another video series. But for until next time, if you have any comments that you'd like to share, please don't hesitate to go ahead and leave the comment below. If you want to go ahead and give me a like or subscribe, I definitely would appreciate that as well. But thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next time.